We are in the middle of a presidential race with unprecedented exposure. The candidates' first televised debate reached a record 83 million Americans.
But it's not just the traditional media that's unprecedented right now. The power of the retweet, the power of social media is also proving true. Here to talk about the influence of social media on the campaign season is our friend, Madison College tech expert, Steve Noel. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
So, I mean, we talk, and obviously social media wasn't around in the 70s and the 80s in the way that it is today and the prevalence of it. But this is really, I mean, it's mind-numbing in many ways because the candidates themselves are the ones driving this.
Right. And we're seeing kind of a shift from even 4 years ago where the candidates have absolutely embraced social media.
Right.
And I think a lot of that comes from Donald Trump and obviously his use of Twitter. That certainly has become a major tool this season that's kind of driven everybody to kind of embrace that.
It's real-time reaction.
Yep.
I mean, you know, back in the old days, it was we would get called to the governor's office or something, and you go set up a camera and you have a news conference. Nowadays, Donald Trump's just watching TV and he's commenting.
Oh, it's incredibly fast. And they say that the average lifespan of a tweet is about 20 minutes. So really, if something happens and you're discussing it 30 minutes later in the Twitterverse, that's old news. I mean, that's the speed that this stuff travels, both good and bad.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to touch on, is there's this tried and true battle of even the internet at large, is you have a lot of great information and access to information, but you also have access to information. You also have access to maybe not factual things, maybe a lot of things that you just want to see if it pertains to you. How is that kind of playing into everything we're seeing right now?
Well, the nice thing about the candidate, or about a candidacy in social media, is it's generating a lot of emotion and passion and excitement. So even though people are posting and retweeting, and some of the stuff may not necessarily be true or accurate, it's generating interest, it's generating excitement, and that will lead to action. You know, that's a classic marketing thing. Get people all excited, it will translate into action.
As somebody who watches this regularly, kind of what's jumping out at you? What's intriguing you about this campaign season?
Something that I find it really interesting is how easy people are reposting or retweeting information without vetting it in any way. Everybody knows about The Onion, you know, satirical newspaper, came out of Madison, very, very funny. But there's a lot of other satirical columnists out there, even some traditional real press stuffs that have like a humor writer. There was just a story last week that went out Friday that said, you know, Trump refuses to use facts at the debate. And this was reshared thousands of times because on the surface it looked like a legitimate news article. And people really thought, even people who I know who are intelligent people, were sharing it going, oh my God, he's actually going to do this. Well, it's satire. But people see it, they see the headline, and they're like, oh, I have to get this to my friends as quick as possible to show that I'm caring about the issues. So you kind of look at that and go, oh, that's a bad idea, but it's generating interest, generating excitement. Hopefully that will translate into more people coming to the polls. That's the big question, especially the millennial question as to whether or not they will vote in mass like they have in years past.
Absolutely. About 15 seconds left. Any last-minute advice for folks kind of weeding through the noise and all the tweets? Well,
I think people have to be careful. There's a new kind of internet meme called Pepe the Frog that's been surfacing out there, and it's a racist caricature that has, a lot of people don't know that this image is considered racist and offensive, but yet they're sharing it because it's a cartoon frog. They're sharing without knowing the meaning behind it, and that's a dangerous precedent.
Yeah, and that's what we need to look out for then.
Absolutely.
A little bit of research.
It's good to see you, Steve.
Yeah, good. Thank you very much.
I'm sure we'll touch base with you as we've got 6 more weeks to go.
6 more, yep.
6 more.
A lot more days of tweets. All right, thank you. Appreciate it. It's good to see you.
It's a lot.